The Arabian Peninsula, a land of vast deserts and vibrant cultures, owes much of its global significance to oil. The discovery of oil in the 20th century transformed Arab nations, fueling economic growth and elevating living standards. However, reliance on oil has also made these economies vulnerable to price fluctuations and global market shocks. As the world transitions to renewable energy, Arab nations face the challenge of diversifying their economies for a future beyond oil. The discovery of oil in the early 20th century coincided with global industrialization, providing Arab nations with the capital for nation building. Cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi transformed into global hubs, but wealth distribution was uneven, leading to social tensions. Oil shaped the political landscape and foreign policies of Arab nations, integrating them into the global economy. As the world shifts away from fossil fuels, Arab nations must decide their future path. The 21st century is shifting towards renewable energy, impacting oil-dependent economies. Arab nations are investing in renewable energy and diversifying into sectors like tourism and technology. This transition requires substantial investments in a skilled workforce. Moving away from the rentier state model is crucial for sustainable development. The decisions Arab nations make today will shape their future economic prosperity and political stability. Embracing innovation and investing in human capital can lead to leadership in sustainable development. Social and political reforms are essential for empowering citizens and fostering a culture of innovation. The Arab world has the potential to thrive in this new era. Oil reserves represent the estimated amount of recoverable crude oil under current conditions. Proven reserves have the highest confidence, while probable and possible reserves are less certain. Estimating oil reserves involves complex geological and economic calculations. As technology advances, the estimates of a country's oil reserves can change. Oil is a finite resource, and the world will eventually reach peak production. Arab nations face the prospect of dwindling revenues and economic instability as global oil production declines. Even after peak production, extracting oil will become more challenging and expensive. The competition for remaining resources could lead to geopolitical tensions. The Middle East holds a dominant position in global oil reserves and production. Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, and Kuwait have significant influence in the oil market. Technological advancements have increased oil production in regions like North America. The global oil landscape is dynamic, with new discoveries and technologies shaping the market. Climate change awareness and technological innovation are driving the shift towards renewable energy. Governments are implementing policies to reduce carbon emissions and promote energy efficiency. Geopolitical factors such as political instability and trade disputes impact the oil market. Predicting the future of oil is challenging due to the complex interplay of these factors. Arab nations must proactively plan for a post-oil future. Diversification, innovation, and private sector-led growth are essential. Investing in education and human capital is crucial for driving innovation. Good governance and transparency are necessary for attracting foreign investment. The rise of electric vehicles is redefining global commodity markets. Copper is becoming a critical commodity in the electric revolution. The demand for electric vehicles is creating a ripple effect across the global commodity market. Arab nations must recognize these trends and position themselves strategically. Copper is essential for electric vehicles, requiring significantly more than conventional cars. The transition to electric mobility necessitates a robust charging infrastructure. The demand for copper is projected to skyrocket as the world transitions to a more electrified future. The International Energy Agency estimates a significant increase in global copper demand by 2040. Beyond batteries, copper's ubiquitous role in a sustainable future. The importance of copper in a sustainable future extends far beyond its role in electric vehicles. Copper is a crucial component in a wide range of technologies that are essential for reducing carbon emissions, promoting energy efficiency, and building a more sustainable world. For instance, renewable energy sources like solar and wind power rely heavily on copper. Solar panels use copper wiring to conduct electricity generated by photovoltaic cells, while wind turbines use copper in their generators, transformers, and cabling. As the world scales up its deployment of renewable energy to combat climate change, the demand for copper from these sectors is set to surge. Moreover, copper plays a vital role in improving energy efficiency, which is crucial for reducing our reliance on fossil fuels. Copper's high electrical conductivity makes it an ideal material for electrical wiring and components in buildings, appliances, and industrial equipment. Using copper in these applications reduces energy losses during transmission and distribution, leading to significant energy savings. The growing adoption of smart grids, which are more efficient and reliable than traditional power grids, also depends heavily on copper. Smart grids use sensors, communication networks, and advanced control systems to optimize electricity distribution and reduce waste. Copper is an essential material for the wiring, transformers, and other components that enable these smart grid technologies. A new landscape of demand implications for Arab nations. The surge in copper demand driven by the electric revolution and the broader transition to a sustainable future presents both challenges and opportunities for Arab nations. On the one hand, the decline in oil demand as the world embraces electric mobility could strain economies heavily reliant on oil exports. On the other hand, the rising demand for copper and other critical minerals offers a chance to diversify and capitalize on the green revolution. While many Arab nations may not possess abundant copper reserves, they can position themselves strategically within the global supply chain by attracting investments in copper processing, manufacturing, and recycling facilities. Furthermore, Arab nations can leverage their existing infrastructure, such as ports and logistics networks, to become hubs for copper trading and distribution. Investing in research and development in areas like copper recycling and the development of new copper-based technologies can also create new industries and high-skilled jobs. The key is to recognize that the world is on the cusp of a major commodity shift, and that the winners in this new landscape will be those who adapt quickly, embrace innovation, and position themselves strategically to benefit from the changing tides. Section 5. From black gold to green metals, seizing the opportunities of a changing world. The transition from a world dominated by fossil fuels to one powered by clean energy and sustainable technologies is well underway. This shift is reshaping global commodity markets, creating new winners and losers, and presenting both challenges and opportunities for nations around the world. For Arab nations, long accustomed to the dominance of oil, this transition necessitates a fundamental shift in economic thinking. The era of relying solely on black gold for prosperity is drawing to a close, replaced by an era where green metals like copper, lithium, and cobalt will take center stage. This transition will not be easy. It requires significant investments, technological advancements, and a willingness to embrace change, but it also presents an unprecedented opportunity for Arab nations to diversify their economies, create new industries, and secure their place in a future shaped by sustainability and innovation. By investing in education, fostering entrepreneurship, and embracing a forward-looking vision, Arab nations can leverage the green revolution to unlock a new era of prosperity and sustainable development. The world is changing, and the time to adapt is now. The future belongs to those who are willing to embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. The global population surge. The world's population is growing rapidly, from 1 billion to over 8 billion in just over 2 centuries. Projections show continued growth for the next few decades. This growth presents challenges and opportunities, especially in regions like the Arab world. By 2050, the population may reach nearly 10 billion, equivalent to adding 8 New York cities every year. This will pressure resources and infrastructure. Improvements in healthcare and agriculture support this growth, but growth is uneven across regions. Africa and parts of Asia see rapid growth. The Arab world also sees significant increases. Section 2, the evolving demographics, shifting trends in birth rates and life expectancy. While the global population continues to grow, the rate of growth is not uniform across regions or over time. One of the most significant trends is the decline in global fertility rates. Today, that number has fallen to around 2.5 children globally. This decline is driven by increased access to education and family planning. Another important trend is the increase in life expectancy globally. People are living longer than ever before thanks to advancements in healthcare. Section 3, the urbanization wave megacities and the challenges of sustainable growth. As the global population continues to surge, we are also witnessing an unprecedented wave of urbanization. People are moving from rural areas to cities in search of better job opportunities, higher living standards, and access to education, healthcare, and other amenities. This trend is transforming the global landscape, leading to the rise of megacities, sprawling urban centers with populations exceeding 10 million people. Today, over half of the world's population lives in urban areas, and this proportion is projected to reach nearly 70% by 2050. This rapid urbanization presents immense challenges for city planners and policymakers, who must find ways to accommodate this influx of people while ensuring sustainable and equitable growth. Megacities, while offering economic and social opportunities, also face significant challenges, including traffic congestion, air and water pollution, inadequate housing, and strain on infrastructure and resources. Providing adequate housing, transportation, energy, water, and sanitation for millions of new residents requires careful planning, innovative solutions, and substantial investments. Moreover, urbanization can exacerbate existing social inequalities, as the influx of people can lead to competition for jobs, housing, and resources. Addressing these challenges requires a holistic approach that promotes inclusive growth, invests in social safety nets, and ensures that the benefits of urbanization are shared equitably among all residents. Section 4, Arab nations in the demographic tide, navigating population growth and resource management. The Arab world stands at the crossroads of global demographic shifts. With a young and growing population, rapid urbanization, and finite resources, Arab nations face unique challenges. Navigating these complexities requires careful planning and sustainable development. The population is projected to double by 2050, straining resources, especially water. Sustainable solutions like desalination and water conservation are crucial. A predominantly young population presents both opportunities and challenges. Investing in education and fostering entrepreneurship can drive economic growth. Section 1. The shifting sands of global power, a new world order emerges. The 21st century is witnessing a profound transformation in the global balance of power, replaced by a more multipolar world characterized by shifting alliances and rising powers. This seismic shift is driven by the relative decline of the West and the rise of emerging economies, particularly the BRICS nations. Non-state actors also play a growing role. Emerging economies have experienced rapid growth, translating into geopolitical clout. These nations assert themselves, challenging the traditional dominance of the West. Section 2. The waning influence of the West, economic slowdowns and geopolitical shifts. The West's decline is driven by internal and external factors. Aging populations, rising inequality, and declining productivity have slowed growth. The 2008 financial crisis exposed structural weaknesses, reducing global confidence. Geopolitically, costly military interventions have tarnished the West's image. China's rise challenges the US as the sole superpower, reshaping geopolitics. Internal divisions and the rise of populism have fragmented the West. The result is a more fragmented and unpredictable world. The rise of the BRICS, a new bloc of influence, takes shape. As the West's influence wanes, a new bloc of powers is rising, reshaping the geopolitical landscape. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, represent diverse emerging economies. They share a desire to reform global governance and promote a multipolar world order. China, with its booming economy and assertive foreign policy, is the most prominent BRICS power. China's Belt and Road Initiative exemplifies its global ambitions. India is also emerging as a major global player. With its youthful population and thriving tech sector, India counters China's influence. The rise of BRICS presents both opportunities and challenges for the global order. Section 4. A multipolar world, navigating the complexities of shifting alliances. The transition from a unipolar to a multipolar world is creating a more complex and uncertain geopolitical landscape, with multiple centers of power, shifting alliances, and a diffusion of influence. Navigating this new world order requires agility, adaptability, and a nuanced understanding of the interplay of global forces. In this multipolar world, traditional alliances are being tested and new partnerships are emerging. Countries are increasingly pursuing strategic autonomy, seeking to avoid becoming overly reliant on any one power or bloc. This has led to a more fluid and transactional approach to diplomacy, where nations engage in strategic hedging, building relationships with multiple partners to advance their interests. The rise of non-state actors, from multinational corporations to transnational terrorist organizations, is further complicating the geopolitical landscape. These actors operate across borders, often outside the traditional frameworks of international law and diplomacy, challenging the authority of states and posing new threats to global security and stability. In this environment, effective diplomacy, strategic communication, and a commitment to multilateralism are more important than ever. Building bridges across ideological divides, fostering dialogue and understanding, and finding common ground on shared challenges are essential for navigating the complexities of a multipolar world and ensuring a more peaceful and prosperous future. Section 5. Arab nations in the New World Order, forging a path of strategic autonomy. The shifting sands of global power present both challenges and opportunities for the Arab world. As the influence of the West wanes and the BRICS nations ascend, Arab countries face a strategic imperative. The shifting geopolitical landscape requires a re-evaluation of traditional alliances and a diversification of partnerships. The rise of China presents both opportunities and challenges for the Arab world. The key for Arab nations is to forge a path of strategic autonomy, leveraging their resources and influence. By embracing a forward-looking vision and pursuing a pragmatic foreign policy, Arab nations can secure a prosperous place on the global stage. Embracing a future beyond oil. Arab nations face a defining moment as the world shifts away from fossil fuels. The abundance of oil is a diminishing resource. The path forward demands a bold transformation. This transformation will not be easy. It requires a shift from resource extraction to knowledge creation. Embracing the global energy transition is an opportunity. The age of oil is giving way to an era of sustainability. Nations that thrive will embrace innovation and invest in their people. Investing in human capital, empowering a new generation. The most valuable resource any nation possesses is not buried beneath the ground but walks upon it. The Arab world is blessed with a young and growing population, a generation brimming with potential, eager to contribute to their societies and shape their own destinies. Investing in this human capital Unleashing the talents and aspirations of their youth is the most important investment Arab nations can make to secure a prosperous and sustainable future. Education is the cornerstone of this endeavor. A world increasingly driven by knowledge and innovation demands an educated workforce, equipped with the skills and critical thinking abilities to compete in a globalized economy. Arab nations must prioritize education at all levels, from early childhood development to higher education, with a particular emphasis on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields. But education alone is not enough. It must be complemented by an environment that fosters creativity, encourages entrepreneurship, and rewards risk-taking. Arab nations need to create ecosystems where young people feel empowered to pursue their passions, launch their own businesses, and contribute to the development of their societies. This requires removing barriers to entrepreneurship, such as cumbersome regulations, limited access to financing, and a culture that often stifles innovation. Governments can play a catalytic role by providing seed funding, incubating startups, and creating incentives for private sector investment in research and development. Navigating a multipolar world, strategic partnerships for a changing landscape. The global balance of power is in flux, shifting away from the unipolar moment dominated by the West towards a more multipolar world. This new geopolitical landscape presents both challenges and opportunities for Arab nations, requiring a strategic and nuanced approach to foreign policy. The rise of China in particular presents Arab nations with a delicate balancing act. China's growing economic and political influence in the region offers potential benefits in terms of trade, investment, and infrastructure development. However, it also carries risks, particularly the potential for economic dependence and entanglement in great power rivalries. The key for Arab nations is to avoid becoming overly reliant on any one power or bloc. Instead, they should pursue a strategy of strategic autonomy, building partnerships with a diverse range of countries, including both traditional allies like the United States and Europe, as well as emerging powers like China, India, and Russia. This diversification of partnerships will allow Arab nations to leverage their geopolitical positioning, energy resources, and cultural influence to advance their interests in a multipolar world. It will also provide them with greater leverage in negotiations and reduce their vulnerability to external pressures. The goal should be to become indispensable partners, not pawns in a great power chess game. The promise of a transformed Arab world, a beacon of innovation and sustainability. The challenges facing the Arab world are significant, but so too is its potential. By embracing the imperative of transformation, investing in their human capital, and navigating a multipolar world with wisdom and foresight, Arab nations can create a brighter future for their people and serve as a beacon of hope and progress for the entire world. Imagine a transformed Arab world, one where economies are diversified and knowledge-based, powered by renewable energy and driven by innovation. Imagine societies that are open and inclusive, where human rights are respected and where women and young people are empowered to reach their full potential. Imagine a region that is a hub for scientific discovery, technological innovation, and artistic expression, a place where ancient wisdom and modern knowledge converge to create solutions to the world's most pressing challenges. This is the promise of a transformed Arab world, a promise that can be realized through vision, determination, and a collective commitment to progress. This transformation will not happen overnight. It will require sustained effort, bold leadership, and a willingness to challenge the status quo. But the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the time for that step is now. A call to action. Shaping the future with vision and determination. The future is not something that happens to us, it is something we create. The choices we make today will determine the world we inherit tomorrow. For the Arab world, the time for complacency is over. The time for action is now. This is a call to action for the leaders of the Arab world to embrace the imperative of transformation, to invest in their people, and to lead their nations with wisdom and courage into a future full of promise. This is a call to action for the youth of the Arab world to seize the opportunities before them, to dream big, to innovate, to create, and to build the future they deserve. This is a call to action for the international community, to stand in solidarity with the Arab world as they embark on this journey of transformation, to provide support, encouragement, and partnership in building a more peaceful, just, and sustainable world for all. The road ahead may be long and challenging, but the destination is worth striving for. Let us move forward with vision, determination, and an unwavering belief in the potential of the Arab world to shape a brighter future for generations to come.